Wow. That is a fish of a lifetime. Go, boy. Wow, that thing is a monster. They fight hard, don't they?
Look at that magnificent fish.
Look at the size of that fish.
There he is again.
The color is incredible. Oh, there we go.
The Real Fishing Show with Bob Azumi.
Big old Great Lakes smallmouth. That is a big rainbow trout, Chris. Nice double header.
Whoa, nice jump.
Yeah. All right. That is a monster smallmouth. Man, that is so cool. Another one. There we go. The biggest pike I've ever caught. Look at that chunk. So that's what we're talking about.
Real Fishing is sponsored by Mercury, Go Boldly, Berkeley, Catch More Fish, and Abu Garcia for life.
On the Real Fishing Show, we make catching fish like this a possibility. Good stuff. Oh, I got one too. Double header.
Right on.
Double header on Eagle Lake.
Yes, sir.
Well, Greg, you know, it's awesome to get out fishing with you. I know you've been guiding your whole life. This guy started guiding when he was 13 years old. Oh, mine's a nice fish. Here, let's see here.
Go for it.
Here, let's net them both there. Oh, mine looks like a muskie or something's taking a whack at him. There we go. This is how we do it. So how long have you had this commercial operation?
Sometimes things are aligned and they work.
There
Very
you
nice.
go. Yeah, it's like commercial fishing with Greg. Well, got a couple nice walleyes here.
I'll set my rod down behind you there, Bob.
Okay.
I'll move the net handle so we don't flip it out on you.
Gotcha.
I'll grab this other one. Oh, good. Hook popped right out.
My hook is
There we go.
right here.
This guy's probably just over 18.
So you got a slot limit up here, right?
Yeah.
So what's the deal with the slot limit?
So the slot is 18 to 23. So we keep anything under 18, you know, for eaters.
Yes.
And then all the fish between 18 and 23 we release.
And how many can you keep? What's the limit?
So for Ontario residents, the limit is 4.
Right on.
And you can have 3 under 18 and 1 over, which good avid fishermen usually don't keep anything over 23 just because we're
Right on.
trying to stock fish,
Yeah.
right?
Well, these are going back in the water
Yeah,
then.
very
huh?
nice.
Okay, let's put them back in. We'll
Okay.
put them back over on your
All right.
side here. Let's see here. Yeah, nice walleyes. All right.
There you go.
Oh,
See you later, buddy. It's amazing how fat they get. You know, just even the little guys this time of year, they're still feeding and putting on weight. Oh, there's one.
Gotta love this when you're using a live bait rig and
Yeah,
all of a sudden you feel that tick or is it
Yeah.
loaded up? Looks like it's on.
he's trying.
Nice. That's the eagle eye hook set right there. Well, here, let's
Little bit of
let's do a
patience.
double header.
Right
Mine's
on.
small.
Is it?
Yeah, mine's definitely a small one. So you got a lot of species on Eagle Lake, right?
Yeah.
You've got, you know, obviously walleyes, world-class muskie fishing as well, right?
Mhm.
This guy can go back in, and we'll just dip that one for you. Nice.
Yeah, there's like 7 main species here that everyone fishes for. Walleyes, northern, muskie, smallmouth bass, lake trout, perch, whitefish. We do have saugers,
Wow.
you know, so there's a nice variety for sure.
That fish there is definitely not a keeper because of the slot limit, right?
Right, he's over 18.
Over 18, and if you could keep one over 23 inches, and as we were talking about earlier, you do want to release the big ones anyway, though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, those are our prime breeders. Like I've been told by biologists that they have the highest survival rate of their eggs.
Oh, yeah?
They may not you know, have the most eggs, but they're the healthiest eggs.
Right.
So therefore, let's put them back and ensure the future of good fishing here.
So we're fishing, today we're fishing a point. We started off this morning. And we're catching a lot of these fish in what, nice one, yeah. We're catching a lot of these fish in basically 25 to 35 feet of water.
Yeah. We're fishing sunken rock piles and humps. There's a little bit of sandbar stuff out here that we fish, you know, just flats.
Right.
Guys will troll them with crawler harnesses and things like that. I'm more of a vertical fisherman with Lindy rigs and jigs.
Yeah.
I like to try and get over top of groups of fish.
Yeah.
And kind of pluck them out of there, you know.
Well, so far so good.
Yeah.
Hey folks, stay tuned. We'll be right back fishing up here at Eagle Lake after this.
Coming up.
In this case, whoa, there we go.
Oh, I just had a hit too there.
When it comes to successful fishing, it's all about being on the right spot at the right time. And, you know, on today's show, I have an advantage. I'm with Greg, and he's guided and cut his teeth on Eagle Lake for most of his life, so he really knows where the hot spots are. But, you know, if I was to come up, say, to Eagle Lake or any lake, say, in Ontario Sunset Country, like Lake of the Woods or any of the multiple lakes that are up there, I would really want to have some good mapping on my electronics. And what would I look for if I was walleye fishing, say, up in the Northwestern Ontario? I would look for humps, mid-lake humps. They always produce fish. Any long extending points that come off the land that break into deep water, I'd go off those points and I would look on those drop-offs for the walleyes. Bottleneck areas between, say, the mainland and islands, another good spot where a lot of walleyes will sit, where the current and the wind pushes some movement through that area. And you know, the bottom line is, if you can just narrow down isolated spots that have good break lines, good depths for the walleyes, and access to a lot of food, you're gonna find the fish. And that's why I like my electronics, and I really like my mapping like Navionics, so that I can hone in right on those areas. Very important if you want to catch fish. What do you think? Guess on size.
Like 18.
18, isn't that funny? Let's see now. Where is he on that? You know what? Pretty close. I'm gonna say 16. 16. Let's get the Ranger ruler out here and see. What have you got? Let's have a look.
16.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, hold it. No. Yeah, well, a little over 16.
16 and a half.
You want them?
Yeah, we'll
Good
gotta
eater.
keep a few to eat. I'm gonna keep a few to eat. What do you think?
Yeah, that's perfect eating
Because
size.
that's a really good eater right there, and I have not had any fresh fish, even though everybody thinks I eat fish all the time. Greg.
Yeah.
I'm traveling all the time. I'm fishing tournaments. We're not keeping fish very rarely, but we'll keep a couple.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, they're tasty.
All right.
There we go.
You know, that's funny. You're talking about just having that sinker on bottom, that walking sinker, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just having it on bottom, and then making sure that you're crawling that bait along just ever so slowly. But you like wind for walleye fishing,
Of
do
course, yeah. A little wind's always good. You know, the walleye
Nice one.
chop thing,
you? Yeah.
definitely.
When it gets flat and sunny, it gets tough, doesn't it?
It does. They go deeper. They're a lot more finicky as far as grabbing bait. There's a nice one.
Yeah, and that's definitely a non-keeper in that slot limit, right?
Yes.
And did
20.
you see, since the slot limit's been introduced, the fishing get better?
Yeah, it really did get a lot better. I noticed after the slot came in on Eagle Lake, within 5-6 years, we were catching way more numbers and a lot more larger fish as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, that, you know, when you're putting back fish like that normally people would want to keep and eat, it's nice.
Yeah.
When I'm live bait rigging a lot, Greg, I always like to loop my finger in that line sometimes.
Okay, just for feeling?
Yeah, for sensitivity, you know.
Sure.
And you also got the tip of the rod doing the feeling, but in this case, whoa, there we go.
Oh, I just had a hit too there.
Actually, this one here is a little bit better fish. Because they're coming out of the deep water, I'll just play it out a little bit here so we don't have any air bladder issues.
I missed mine.
You missed yours?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Any size to it?
Well, you know, it feels like it's definitely one that you can't keep because it'll be in that slot limit of releasers. And I think, you know, a lot of the folks, if they want to do some of this walleye fishing, is they'll want to get like a medium action rod, one that's got a little bit of tip, don't you think, for sensitivity?
Yeah.
A little backbone for setting the hook.
You kind of like medium lights, just so that you have that sensitivity in the tip, you know?
And you think that one there is right in the slot?
That is definitely a slot fish.
So your guess typically, like, you take 2 people out in a day?
Yeah, I've had 2 to 4, you know, whatever.
2 to 4.
The boat can hold usually no more than 4.
Right.
Vertical fishing, you can have 4, you know, no one's getting in each other's way too much.
Let's see those pliers right by your feet there. Yeah, and your guide days I saw on the Eagle Eye guiding, you're looking at about like you go out for basically 7:30 to 4:30 type of thing.
They're 8-hour days generally.
Let's see, this one's pretty deep.
Down in there.
Up there, if you hold that there, hold that line out. I think I can get it. These, okay. Let's fish back in.
Coming up.
And any size to that one, Greg?
Got a little bit of weight to it.
I think one of the things that people really like about Vermilion Bay Lodge is the fact that we're a very small family-run operation. We only accommodate 36 people, and actually guests will tell us that this place reminds them of sort of a throwback to the past because it is so small. We're both on the job all the time, very accessible to the people. We get to know them as our friends.
Yeah, and Eagle Lake is a great destination, Northwestern Ontario. If you haven't been up here, there's thousands of lakes. Eagle Lake's one of the biggest ones and well known for muskie, walleye, lake trout, pretty much every species. And accessible just off the highway a few miles, and I mean, you can bring your own boat here. We've got guides, you can rent boats from us. It's whatever package suits your needs, it's all available. So.
And people like that we're very close to the village of Vermilion Bay, so you can get your groceries and your beer and your tackle and whatever you need. We're really close to town, and people really like that.
So you guide Canadians and Americans, right, up here, and you work for a number of lodges, but you know, we're staying at Vermilion Bay Lodge, which, you know, Gordon and Suzanne really do run a nice operation,
fantastic.
don't they?
They do a great job.
Yeah, they are such wonderful people.
And been in the business a long time, so know what's going on, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Very good.
That's a nice one. Oh, look at that.
He's all banged up.
So you figure muskie or pike?
So yeah, looks like slash marks from a big fish.
Let's have a look here.
You know, so more than likely a muskie had a hold of it at some point.
Look at that.
That's puncture marks there.
Yeah, that's a toothy predator.
Yeah.
Wow, that thing there. And it's even, look at that, even on that side
all
there.
the way around.
Wow, and then you can see where it's been healed here.
Yeah, that's an old scar. So
you wonder.
Been bit more than once, poor guy.
Pull on this line for a second. I just gotta see where that hook is. I see the bead. And actually, let's have those longer pliers down there. The one thing about it is having all the proper tools, and we got a whole selection of kudas here, which is nice. These ones are really long. Watch this, I can get right down to the hook. Right down here. That's funny, I can see the hook. Right. Perfect. There we go. Okay. That fish there needs to go back because it has got obviously 9 lives. See you later, buddy. It squirmed out of my hand and it's saying, you remind me of that last muskie that grabbed me.
Yeah.
But you know one thing, it is a dog-eat-dog world down there, isn't it?
Sure
you got
is.
big pike, big muskies, walleye, big walleyes will eat, you know, a lot of other fish like small bass.
Yep.
And panfish and stuff. So
themselves.
Perch themselves.
You know,
yeah.
they eat each other, I'm sure.
Yeah, not themselves, but you mean their own kind.
Yes, their own kind, yeah.
All right, well,
Yeah.
let's get back down there.
Okay.
And any size to that one, Greg?
Got a little bit of weight to it. I'd say, yeah, this is a decent fish. I can feel him head shaking.
Yeah, okay, we're in like 33, 34 feet water.
Just swam up all of a sudden, sorry.
Yep, no problem. I'll just reel up here so we don't get the trolling motor in here. I'll grab the net. Oh, here
Yeah.
we are. The fish is right here. Nice one, very nice. Oh, yeah. Boy, they're well-proportioned walleyes here,
Yeah,
aren't they?
they are thick, eh? They're healthy. When you look at them, they just look nice and healthy.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Good sunset country walleye right there.
Yeah. They're nice color, eh? There's not a lot of stuff on their skin, parasites and things like that.
No, no. And that one there would be obviously right in the non-keeping
Right. This
area.
is probably a 20-incher or so, eh? Right in there.
Yeah, very nice.
Nice
You know,
healthy fish.
this slot limit deal that was implemented here years ago is really good for the fishery, isn't
Oh
it?
yeah, it's been, you know, it's saved tourism, I'd say, in this area in a sense because, you know, things got a little slower when everybody was so busy in the 80s and the fish population went down a little bit.
Right on.
And now with the slot program, things are back and like my father still fishes out here. He says this is some of the best fishing he's seen, you know.
That's
He's
awesome.
been here for 40 years.
All right, so that one's going back
Yeah,
then.
very nice.
Well, I'll tell you, a lot of people would want to eat that walleye, you know,
Yeah.
and it's good to see it. Good to see it go back. And there it goes, whoosh, like this, straight down. Okay, let's catch another
All
one.
right, let's get at her.
Coming up,
Those teeth, look at, check those teeth out right there. They really,
They've got a few teeth.
let's take a look down under with this week's Fish Eye View, sponsored by Mercury. Go boldly. Ernest Schweibert once wrote, "Brook trout are like chamber music in a world filled with a cacophony of amplified sound." That great fly fisherman, innovator, and author of many books was, of course, referring to fly fishing for these special trout, also known as speckled. If ever a fish was designated to symbolize Canada, this would be it. Fly fishing is far and away the most rewarding and noble way to take these living jewels. Fact of the matter is, these square-tailed beauties are not particularly fussy when it comes to fly patterns and presentations, making them perfect for anyone just getting into this sport. Yes, they're easy to catch, and therefore should be treated with respect. It's easy to become addicted to fly fishing for brookies. The only problem is that 5-month season seems awfully short. In most of the North Country, however, opening day for brook trout is January 1st. With all that hard water, fly fishing gets a bit tough. We think we've found a solution. Prepare an ice fishing rod with a fly reel, sinking line, and a short leader. Add an assortment of weighted flies, and you're in business. During frigid weather, grease that line with WD-40 or Vaseline to prevent freezing. At the risk of looking a bit crazy or desperate, you can nearly double that fly fishing season.
There you got them.
that's so cool. You know, that's where that soft tip on a rod. And I've gone to a lot of 7-foot rods now, a little bit longer rod for a lot of my fishing.
Okay.
I just get a better hook set and a sweep. Of course, for this style fishing too, when you're guiding, it's nice if you got longer rods, you keep the rods out from
Away.
the electric motor and everything,
away from
right?
everybody. But it seems like those longer rods, you have a lot more sensitivity right in the tip too, which is really nice.
Yeah, but you see this one here, the way it's loaded up is, you still got all that backbone.
Good backbone down low.
Yeah, for fighting a fish or hook setting.
It's a nice one.
Yeah, very nice. All right. Another one that is definitely not a keeper. Oh, look at that. The hook came right out.
We're good.
That's a good thing. Here, we'll just leave that hook in there and I'll get this fish out of there. Those teeth, check those teeth out right there.
They've got a few teeth.
Yeah, they are predators.
They are.
Okay, let's get this one in. That's a nice walleye.
Very
right
nice.
there. All right. That thing went bang,
Perfect. Straight to
down.
the bottom, eh? That's where they
Awesome.
want to get back to. He's not very big, I don't think, but maybe.
Aha. Okay, let's have a guess.
A guess?
An educated guess.
Well, he's swimming away. I'm gonna say he's not huge, but maybe about 18.
I think. Oh, did I see a follower there?
Did something come after it?
I thought so. Did you see that?
I don't know, because he took off like a
I
rocket.
saw something big,
I'll bet
like
you.
a muskie come
yeah,
out.
I'll bet you there was. Because this fish took off like a rocket, like something was there.
Is that a keeper there?
It is a keeper.
Okay, well, that'll be the last one we keep and the last one we catch before we call it a day. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Yeah, swing it in here. Swing it in. That'll be in the slot for keeping, right?
He's under the slot.
Oh, it's
right?
under, right?
So
under.
he's under 18.
Meaning you can keep it.
Yeah, so you can keep that guy.
That's probably what, a 15-incher?
Yeah, I think so. Right in there.
Okay, so you can keep that one. And you know what? Everybody asked, do you ever keep any fish, Bob? Well, we kept a few of these smaller fish that are under the slot.
Absolutely.
That are legal to keep to eat, because I'd like to eat some fresh walleye. And on that note, I'm glad we fished together today.
Well,
I really feel like I made a friend.
It was a pleasure for me, trust me.
You're a great guy, and I know now why you're solidly booked all spring, summer, fall, because you're a good guy and a great guide.
Well, thanks.
This guy has guided all his life since he was 13 years old, and you gotta love that. You've led a pretty blessed life.
I
haven't
have,
you?
for sure. I've really enjoyed it.
Well, this is going in the live
All right,
well, and
excellent.
this is your gift to me.
It is. Enjoy.
This big fat belly of
That's
mine.
right.
See you next week right here for some more Real Fishing.
Real Fishing was sponsored by Mercury, Go Boldly, Berkeley, Catch More Fish, and Abu Garcia for life.
Well, that thing's got some weight to it. Size of that puppy right there. That is just wild.
Man.
Beautiful, beautiful.
What a
Look at the size of that thing.